So are travel respiratory therapists really making this or even that? The easy answer is yes. So many of these are actually travel respiratory therapists. So what is a travel respiratory therapist? A travel respiratory therapist is somebody who signs with a traveling company, and within this company they have recruiters that reach out to hospitals that are in need of help. So for example, I know Texas is kind of rampant in their COVID. They need a lot of help. They're very busy and they're very short-staffed. So therefore they talk to the hospital, and the hospital says, yeah, we're willing to pay this much a week or this much an hour to have this respiratory therapist work for us, or this nurse. However, they have to stay this long. And most times it's an insane amount of money. So here I'm going to show a few screenshots of just different amounts that were offered. I actually had a buddy who said that he was making $120 an hour for his base pay, and then any overtime he did, he was making $240 an hour, which is just crazy to me. I forget exactly what state he said, but he said that he was dealing with COVID, and many of these states are actually having state-funded emergencies, so therefore the hospital isn't actually paying these employees, but the state is giving them a grant, and then the hospital is using that grant to pay for these employees. I've seen nurses make all the way up to $11,000 a week. Now this was one post. A lot of these posts are just kind of to get your attention. So was it actually $11,000 a week? Was it net? Was it gross? I don't know. I just saw $11,000, and that was a 6-week contract. So even to be a nurse in a COVID ICU for 6 weeks is still $66,000 for those 6 weeks, which is just a crazy amount to me, which is just insane. Like I said, are some of these respiratory therapists making as much as doctors? Or nurses making as much as doctors? Yes. Let's say you get a $5,000 contract and you work 52 weeks out of the year. You're making $250,000. Now who wants to work 52 weeks out of the year? But anyway, you're making so much money that you can take a month off, you take 2 months off, and you're still probably making more than just a regular respiratory therapist. So, am I going to be a travel respiratory therapist? Do I want to travel? Yeah, that's a good option. However, I'm going to talk about that in my next video, so make sure you check that out. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe so you can see all my videos that are coming out. On my channel, I mainly talk about respiratory therapy. I have a lot of videos just helping students, helping other respiratory therapists. So like I said, if that interests you, just go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. So far in this video, I talked about where these travel respiratory therapists are working, how much they're making, but can you work locally as a travel respiratory therapist? Short answer is yes. However, you're probably not going to get paid nearly as much as some of these places that are paying $5,000 a week or $100 an hour. So there are a few places closer to me that are actually paying $3,000 a week. But the minimum requirement is for you to work 60 hours a week as well. So I know that the place that was offering that is very short-staffed. We actually had a lot of employees quit there and come to my hospital where I currently work, just because we're better staffed. We have a better patient to respiratory therapist ratio. I know that respiratory therapists that came from that place said that they just bust their butt the whole entire shift. Sometimes they wouldn't even eat. So honestly, if you want to do that for 13 weeks and just make bank, that's fantastic. I'm talking a little bit about why you may not want to be a travel respiratory therapist in my next video as well. Well, anyway, I hope this kind of showed you how much respiratory therapists can make, or even nursing as traveling. Well, anyway, see you in the next one.